So it's that time of year again, everyone, where the community drops the pleasantries and collectively loses its mind over voting, flexing stats, and ranting about how rigged the system is when they don't agree with the results. That's right, it's the end of year award season. How fun! Anyway, I figured that if I'm going to be voting every day leading up to the ceremonies, I might as well make a video sharing who I'm voting for, because why not? I've always been interested in hearing the reasoning behind how people vote for award shows, especially if they get different results. And I think that lighthearted voting that has no real life altering repercussions are fun, so here I am. So this is what I'm basically doing within this video, showing you who I'm voting for and giving you some reasoning behind each choice. I actually discovered a few artists and music that I'm really into, so if nobody ends up watching this video, at least I have that. Anyway, let's get on to the meat and potatoes of the video, and I'll give you my top picks for the 2020 Mamas. Best New Male Artist. So I'm gonna be honest here, I didn't know any of these groups. I'm not the best at keeping up with new music or debuts, so I had to look a little bit into each of the groups in this category. Keep in mind that this was a very shallow dive into what they had to offer, so this might not be the most accurate pick, but through that little dive, I decided to go with Treasure. I think all of the groups had a very similar sound and concept, and you can tell that they haven't yet found what makes them unique artists. However, I think that I liked Treasure the most because they smiled. Very basic. I would have gone with Way, I think it's called, but they only had one song released, and I don't think I can call them the strongest rookie group just because they have a song that I liked, you know? So yeah, Treasure for top male new artist. New female artist. Obviously, I had the same problems with this category, wherein I wasn't familiar with any of the candidates. So through a little perusing through their content, I decided to vote for Natty. I know it's a little hypocritical because I just said that I can't vote for a group that only has one song released, but I really liked her style and she was super polished, and I think that she could go far with it. I think she has the makings of something really cool. And I liked her song enough to add it to my music library, so there's that. I also realized that I knew who Natty was. She was actually in 16, the JYP reality show that made Twice, where she was 13 at the time, so I'm really happy to see her making a comeback as a solo artist. A little older and I think a lot more refined. A close second would have been Woowa, but I didn't really like their debut single enough. Best male group. This was an easy decision for me. BTS has my vote for this. I go into BTS more later on in this video, so I'll expand on that later, but for a quick summary, I really think that BTS has been untouchable within the recent years, and so they're the best male group out there, the best group really worldwide, so they had my vote for that. Best female group. I really think that this is my favorite category, only because I think it's fascinating how my opinions on the groups in this category have changed over the years. This was the year that I became a huge Twice fan. I think last year I decided that I was going to get into, I wanted to learn more about Twice, and I actually documented that process, so if you're interested in that, let me know, because I'm probably making a video about it. But I just really fell in love with these women, and I just love what they create and what they do and the journey they've gone on, and I really like what they've done this year. So 100% my vote goes to Twice. May they continue to grow and overcome their obstacles and hardships, always fighting for Twice. Best solo male artist. Obviously, it's JYP. He's the least creepiest guy in K-pop, and definitely isn't secretly a gremlin who overworks and disrespects his artist. Not a creepy weirdo at all. Racism? Blackface? What? Never heard of it. I love seeing him interact with female artists. Okay, now that's over. I'm definitely voting for Taemin. The legend, K-pop royalty, Taemin gets my vote. This man is constantly impressing me with his art. He's a unique and innovative performer and just an artist that I admire. So, best solo artist for males goes to Taemin. Best solo female artist. I really struggled with this one. All of these women are extremely talented and unique artists. I choose a different person every time I vote, honestly. However, most of the time I end up voting for Sunmi. I follow her releases more often than not, and I follow all of her social medias, so I feel more invested in her than the other artists. I just wish she didn't collab with the Gremlin Man because I didn't like that song. I don't like that man, and it's just something I overlook. So, best dance solo, Taemin, 100% Taemin. This was never a question. He did so good in Criminal, as was to be expected from him. He's a dancer. He's a performer at heart. I love Taemin's dances. He's so good. Best dance male group. Possibly a controversial pick, but I chose BTS Dynamite. The other dances definitely have a lot more going on in them, and they're probably more technically complex, but watching them perform Dynamite is such a positive experience for me. It makes me so happy, and they make me want to get up and dance along with them, dance the night away. I love the lighthearted disco vibes, and the simple nostalgic moves makes it easy to dance along to. If you didn't get what type of dances I like, 17 would have been my second choice, if that tells you anything. Twice More and More has my vote. I love Twice's dances. I feel like they've come such a long way with their choreography and stage presence. I know that this isn't everyone's favorite comebacks, but I really liked it, and I always go back to watch them perform it, so... Best vocal performance solo. I wasn't super familiar with the songs in this category, so I had to go listen to them all. And I ended up choosing Jung Sung Hwan's My Christmas Wish. I know, a Christmas song, whatever. His voice is just so beautiful in this song. This is also the song that is the most vocally impressive to me. Not saying that I know what's going on, but to me it sounds the most vocally impressive. They're all obviously talented vocalists, but his song showcases his voice the best. I didn't know about this artist before, so I was really happy to add it to my music library. I really liked this song. Best vocal performance group. Again, I was not super familiar with some of the songs on this list. I thought for sure I was going to go with Davichi as they're my favorite group in this lineup. However, after listening to each song, I went with Noel's Late Night. This was the only group that I didn't know within this category, but they just had a song that I enjoyed so much. It was so beautiful. Their vocals were so beautiful. Oh my god, please, I recommend this song if you like ballads. Best band performance. I don't listen to any of these bands outside of Day 6 on occasion, so I once again had to go listen to all of these songs for the first time. When I did that, I went with Hyukoh, Help. It was a toss-up between them and MC The Max's Bloom. I just think that their voices were amazing, but the chill and laid-back, like French cafe vibes of Help really won me over because I don't really hear that sound a lot in K-pop or Korean music in general. So I had to choose it. I added both songs if you weren't surprised. Best hip-hop urban music. I don't really understand if this song is a hip-hop song or an urban song. I wouldn't really say that this song is, but I did end up finding a song that I liked that was in this category. Leehee's Halo. Her voice is amazing in this song. I'm a sucker for unique voices, and hers is not something that I've heard within the genre. I loved her voice. I just wish that it was a longer song because I genuinely listen to the song on repeat, back to back, because it never feels like it's long enough. Best collaboration, I chose Suga and IU's 8 for this category. I was so excited when this song was announced and when it was released. Two artists on the top of the industry coming together to release music is legend behavior. Like, let's be serious. It's a good song. It's good artists. What did you expect? Best OST. So I haven't watched any of these dramas. I haven't watched dramas in a while, so I can't tell you how these songs fit the shows. So I'm solely basing these songs on how I like the songs themselves. That being said, after giving them all a listen, I was stuck between two different songs, so I'm gonna vote for either of them at random. So Yerim Beck's and Sanjul songs were equally enjoyable to me. So it depends on the day who I'm voting for them. So this is the big one. The one that has the same answer. It's just the best song, worldwide artist, and then I'm going to throw in worldwide choice. And again, best male group. I'm basically grouping them all together because they have the same explanation. And that is that I just think that BTS has accomplished so much over the years, but again, within this year, they've just topped themselves. Dynamite has done records and records, and I love that song so much. It always makes me happy. It's what I listen to when I want to be happy, and I'll never skip that song. I love it so much. I love all of BTS's music, but that song was such a good feeling for, how shitty and how sucky this year has been. And I really think that they accomplished what they tried to do when they released that song. I also think that Seven was a really good album. I loved On. The first music they released was so good. I love the dance. I love everything about that video. Definitely the drum part. Oh my god, I love that part so much. Even the second music video, which I don't like as much, but it was some really good moments. Definitely Dead Jungkook with a crow. Like, what, Hobie? What are you doing? I cried when the first time I listened to this album. I cried listening to We Are Bulletproof, The Eternal. I loved these songs. It made me want to punch somebody in the face, and it makes me want to punch somebody in the face every time I hear it. Like, I'm so aggressive listening to that song for no reason. 0 O'Clock, so beautiful. Moon, oh my god, I love that song so much. Jin makes me so happy. Respect. Namjoon and Yoongi's friendship is so good, and you could just tell how much fun they were having making that song. Black Swan is one of BTS's best songs ever. Lyrically, just sonically, just one of the best BTS songs. One of the best songs, really. It's just so good. Just Filter, My Time, Friends, oh my god, Ego and Shadow. It's just so good. My only thing I have to say negative about this album is, of course, On featuring Sia. Why is she there? Sure, but why is she there? Anyways, we don't need to talk about that. Map of the Soul 7, The Journey. I loved these Japanese songs. Lights, I know it was from a previous release, but it's on this album too. But Lights, Your Eyes Tell, Stay Gold are so good. I love their Japanese songs. They're so good. Even the Japanese versions of all their songs are really good, but I just want to highlight the original Japanese songs, and they're just so good. And then the intro and outro is just kind of little remixes that just sound great, and I add them anyways because I just think that they sound amazing. And I love BTS's music so much and respect them as artists so much. I just truly love these people. I love their music. I love their message. I love their art. And I just really liked what they did this year. I watched all of their concerts, and gosh, they really, really made me feel good in this time where, there's a lot of bad going on. Thankfully, I'm very much safe where I am. My country is did pretty well with COVID stuff, but, I put a pause on school, and mental health is something that I've struggled with a lot, but this year definitely didn't get better. So I really look to BTS as a comfort. And everything they've done this year has really just cemented themselves in my life and as a support for me. So I might be a little biased, I'm sorry, but I really think that they deserve everything good that's coming to them. I think no other group deserves it above them, because I don't know who's come close to BTS this year. I couldn't tell you who. I love other groups, yes, but nobody as much as BTS. Nobody has accomplished as much as BTS. And I don't want to sound biased. It's just a fact at this point. They deserve every good thing to come to them, and I hope they do another sweep this year because they deserve it. Honestly, they get me through all of my bad times, and I can't imagine life without loving BTS. So, yeah.